Breaking news: Buhari gives tough, tough conditions to all APC aspirants. Tells them you cannot have the ticket that easily. You must work for it. Hello, my wonderful people. Rumor had it that President Muhammadu Buhari, had, some of the people who are intending to become president who have picked up the interest nomination form in a meeting. And in that very said meeting, Buhari wanted them to, he was preparing and, wanting them to come out and, talk about, what they will intend to do and what, if they are given the ticket, how they intend to ensure that APC stayed on top. Some said Buhari wanted to make a consensus candidate just same way he did with getting APC chairman of the NWC and the whole team. Others says he was trying to look at the people and see who could possibly step down for the order. Well, that Buhari has seen that the likes of Tinubu, Sibanjo and the rest are not ready to play that card with him. So he has made things rather very tough for them, saying, listen, guys, none of you will get this ticket that easily. You will have to work for it. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Let's get all the details. Ahead of 2023 presidency, Buhari ruled out direct primaries consensus candidate. Tells them, none of you will get this party ticket easily. He goes tough on all aspirants. Because President Muhammadu Buhari has approved an indirect primaries, the All Progressive Congress will not use a direct primary to elect its presidential candidate in 2023. Senator Abdulrahim Abdul, the party's national chairman, has stated that the party would hold its primaries in one of three ways: direct, indirect, or consensus. However, News Direct has learned that President Muhammadu Buhari's decision on the primary election mode of election will be related at the APC National Executive Committee emergency meeting on Wednesday in Abuja. Our source further claimed that the president has agreed to adopt of a consensus candidate instead of urging all presidential aspirants to continue worrying and wooing the delegates. President Buhari prefers indirect mode for the presidential election, and that is what he said APC will adopt. The indirect mode is what everybody will go through so that they can sell themselves out to the candidates and we check out who the people really want. APC will have to pick. The indirect is what will happen. He said it before that the process is cumbersome and more expensive, and that was the reason he rejected the electoral bill and pleaded with the National Assembly to expunge the section from the bill. He has told the leadership of APC that he prefers the indirect, and that is what it would likely adopt for this election. More so, he is yet to give green light regarding his preferred among the aspirants bidding to succeed him in 2023. And even though there is a likelihood of him throwing his support behind one of them, he won't ask others to withdraw, as he will not adopt the consensus this time. He will want everyone to go through the field and fight for the ticket, the source has said. And that is why he's choosing the indirect, where APC members will choose their candidates and we will see who has been favored by the people. It should be recalled that APC adopted an indirect mode in the primaries that produced President Muhammadu Buhari as the winner in 2015, but a direct primary was adopted in 2019. There was a contest in 2015 as Roger Shokorocha, Atiku Abubakar, others Konkoso also fought for the ticket. Buhari was the only candidate in 2019 as the party adopted the direct primaries. But in 2015, it was the indirect. And that is what he has insisted on, that the party must adopt going forward. So the Buhari has made things tough. Why the chairman, when he was asked, in an interview, what could potentially or what could possibly be the mode that will be used, he said, well, I want to say that we will either have the direct, indirect, or consensus. That was what he said. But going by President Muhammadu Buhari, Buhari has refused that, saying no, no such thing will happen. Buhari has blatantly refused that, saying no such thing will happen going forward. In fact, he said, those things that have gone on before will no longer be allowed. He said, because as it stands right now, the people you thought, are going to be, people you thought are going to be making those decisions will potentially not be making the decisions, because everybody will have to go through the system. Every single person will have to go through the system. One way or another, they will all have to, make their pick and make their choice. And this is what Buhari has said, that going forward, there is no need. Buhari has made things tough because some were thinking he will adopt the consensus, consensus, that is where everybody steps down, just like what they really had, in APC recently, where everybody stepped down for the new APC chairman, Abdurrahim. These 7 people picked up that same form. 7 individuals wanted that same form, but Buhari told them all to forget about it, that he would prefer this candidate, and that was what stood. So the convention was so smooth because there was no election, there was no contest. Everybody just, it just went that way. But guess what? Moving forward from there, it is no longer business as usual. Buhari has seen the caliber of persons and people who are indicating interest to contest for this position, and in his opinion, that can no longer stand. So what he wants now is that, these people, everybody must fight for it. Everybody has to fight for it. And he has told them there is no longer no free lunch. So everybody will have to, make that decision moving forward. Everybody has to come on board. There's no longer no free lunch anywhere. No more free lunch. So every one of them have to stand up to the occasion and, stand and defend what they think. Okay, you have to convince the people, and that's why there's a lot of lobbying going on. I personally think the indirect is a fantastic way, where people are able to, work, because the direct, they will just party people will just pick, just the executives will pick, but indirect, everybody will be involved. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Bye for now.